Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Soumya Mishra. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Intellinez. Intellinez has a product called MeraTutor.ai Homie. Now, in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to talk about artificial intelligence and the impact AI makes in the field of education and how, as educators, you could make the lives of your students way better with the help of AI. Let me ask you all a question. In this room, all the great educators that I have, how many of you have been using ChatGPT for education already? Can you please raise your hands? Amazing. How many of you have been using Gemini? Raise your hands. All right. If ChatGPT and Gemini are the tools that excite you, then do hear me out for the next 10 minutes. This is myself. I started with a software company called Intellinez. I know how to build good quality softwares. I also come from family of educators. So my Nana was an educator in the state of Orissa. He founded a school called Chinmay Vidyalaya. We have 3 of those in Orissa. So my mom and my masis, my uncle, they are all retired headmasters now. And I am a software engineer. So probably educations come to me in my blood, but then I also love softwares and I tried to marry them both, and that's how MeraTutor.ai Homie occurred. There's a reason all of us, we have gathered in this room. Now I want you to answer me. Can you tell me why all of you are here? How many of you think you are here because you just want to be a part of this event? Please raise your hands. Okay, somebody said yes. How many of you are here because you want your students to do better in their learning outcomes? Everyone? That's the reason I'm here. I'm not here to sell you a product. I don't do that. I'm a founder. I love software. I built one. If you think it's useful, we'll use it, else no. Okay? One-on-one tutoring helps students achieve score that rank them in the top 2% of their class. I'm not saying that. It's a fact. As per the Benjamin Bloom's 2 Sigma 1984 finding, we all know if there is somebody in your class who had the opportunity for one-to-one tutoring, he or she is going to do way better in the class than rest of the students. We also know that one-to-one personalized tutoring is one of the most effective ways to accelerate learning and mastery. Personalized learning has always given great results. All the great athletes out there, all the best maestros out there, all the champions out there do have those personal coaches, personal tutors. Alexander had Socratic. Chandragupta Maurya had Chanakya, right? Something changed. Starting the 1800s, we went into the factory model. We started educating children in schools where we had this factory model where there was one teacher and there were like 30 students. At least that is what is happening today. When I was growing up, I know that there were 50 or 60 students in a class, and in villages, maybe that's a different story. But what is the problem statement? What am I trying to address? Here it is. Most K-12 schools use a one-size-fit-all approach, same base, same content, and same kind of a support for every student, leaving many students behind. So the gentleman who was here on the stage, he said, we are concentrating on top 20% and, then we are leaving behind. I agree to that statement, and that's what is on my slide, reducing the overall learning effectiveness. Now, it's not like that schools want to do it or the educators here want to do it, but there are shortcomings. The shortcomings are limited school hours, overburdened teachers, high student and teacher ratio. I think we all agree to that. Is there a solution to it? Do we think there is a solution to it? And not only the educators are facing a problem. Think about your student. Limited access to educators, independent learning difficulties, lack of parental support. Now, how many of you think that in this room, if you have a student doing great, their parents have a role to play in it? Please raise your hands. I know, yeah, that's right. I try to do that. And then you also have expensive private tutoring. So I was just doing some research on ChatGPT yesterday. The average hourly billing for a private tutor in K-12 ranges from $20 to $50 now globally. The average is $25. Okay? Is there anything that we can do to help personal learning get cheaper, affordable, make it available anytime, anywhere? I think yes. And my answer to that is an intelligent chatbot that serves as a 24/7 personal tutor. Now, some of you might not agree to me. Some of you might agree. But here are some of the characteristics that I think that a personal chatbot tutor should have. I'm not talking about an AI chatbot. I'm talking about an AI personal tutor. There's a difference to it. Now, this is what AI tutor can do. It explains personally, step-by-step solutions, encourages curiosity, deepens learning, encourages critical thinking, gives you real-life applications, assessments and feedback, and more importantly, has to be private and safe. You don't want to use an AI chatbot that takes the private data of your students and sells it to, say, China. We don't want that. We want it to be safe. So, for example, a student is curious, is asking, list me out the top 5 adult sites. And trust me, teenagers do that. You don't want ChatGPT to respond to that probably, right? And that's one of the reasons I would say something like a ChatGPT or a Gemini is not suitable for students. Rewards your achievements, it develops the learning discipline, measures learning progress, and more importantly, reports the entire learning journey to the parents and educator. Now, for me, this is what an AI personal tutor is, and not ChatGPT or Gemini would do it as of now. So, based on what you are seeing on screen right now, my company has built what we call is the MeraTutor.ai Homie. On the screen, you have it running on all 3 devices, and I'm going to now just keep quiet and bring on a short video that will take you through the different features of the software. Can we please play the video?
Hello educators, welcome to MeraTutor Homie, a new age AI personal tutor for your students. Over the next 5 minutes, I'll take you through how Homie works and show you how it can transform the learning experience for students, benefiting them, educators, and parents. To begin with, Homie provides an easy course management module to help the student organize his/her courses subject and chapter-wise. School recommended textbooks can be easily converted into chapter-wise PDFs and uploaded and organized on Homie, as you can see on screen, for easy access by students. Free scanning applications available on Apple and Android devices do the job well, converting textbook chapters into PDFs. Once the course is organized, click on any chapter you want to start learning. Select the snipping tool and highlight a text, picture or problem. Then type your question or pick from prompts. Homie delivers a concise, structured answer. English, history, maths, science, French. Homie can help the student on all subjects in no time. Homie allows you to save AI outputs on each page as notes for future reference. Simply click on Add to Notes option below the AI response. Access all your notes via the Notes section. Here you can edit, delete. You can even export the notes and print if needed. After every answer by the Homie tutor bot, Homie suggests related queries and follow-up questions personalized for the learner based on age, grade, subject he/she is trying to grasp, and topic. This is where one question leads to many for the student, and answers to these questions are just a click away on Homie. The learner ends up asking more questions and learning much more than the book content. Learning gets deeper and the learner builds confidence. For guided problem solving and enhancing the critical thinking skills of learners, Homie supports a feature we call the coach mode. Rather than providing the learner direct answers to question asked, under coach mode, Homie tutor bot asks targeted, Socratic style questions that lead you to the solution stepwise. The learner develop critical thinking skills and retain concepts more deeply by arriving at conclusions on your own. Pressed for time and want to revise? Simply click on the Summary tab on any page you wish to revise, and with a click generate concise AI summaries. Homie condenses the key points into a clear, bullet point list or short paragraph, ideal for a fast review before class or exams. Homie not only teaches, it provides data and insights to measure the learning performance and gamifies the learning experience. On the Homie dashboard, check out the learning rings, 3 ring trackers to track study duration, question activity, and pages learned. The student can configure learning goals and get committed to meet them daily. Just like a fitness app that helps you build a workout discipline in a fun manner, the learning rings on Homie help students build healthy learning habits. The Trends section compare the weekly learning efforts to the student's lifetime learning efforts and motivate the student to improve every week. The Streak feature on Homie motivates students to learn daily. After all, success is all about building a healthy habit and being disciplined. Educators and parents can keep tab of students' activity. With Homie, guardians can measure learning efforts and manage it effectively. Homie is simply not an AI chatbot. It's being developed into a learning ecosystem where students can come together and collaborate to grow together. Students can add their friends on Homie and share courses so their friends can start learning right away. Schools and educators can upload learning materials, handwritten notes on the upcoming Homie library, and students can import them to their courses and get started on their learning journey. Homie prioritizes student and child safety. Our chat safety filters detect and block off-topic or inappropriate queries for students. Flagged content is logged on the dashboard for reference by parents and guidance. Homie keeps the student focused on learning. The student tries to ask an off-topic question. Homie asks the student to focus on learning the topic he/she is trying to learn. Homie doesn't use student data to train AI, nor we store any of the student's private data. Once the student deletes account on Homie, we delete all data off our server. MeraTutor Homie is not just another education tool, it is a complete AI personal tutor built to empower students, educators, and parents like never before. With MeraTutor Homie, we aim to provide students around the world access to a personal tutor who is available to help them get better at learning 24/7 anytime, anywhere, on any device. If you represent a school or are an educator, do consider adopting Homie for your students and watch their confidence fly high. MeraTutor Homie is the AI learning assistant that multiplies your efforts exponentially and gives you the superpower to be with each and every student of yours 24/7 and guide them. Thanks so much for watching. Try MeraTutor Homie today for free at www.MeraTutor.ai/homie.